Namaste. I, JV'n Dr. Chandrkala, Assistant Professor, JVDyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. In today's session, we are going to discuss about the developing scientific attitude and scientific temper in students. So when we are talking about the scientific temper and scientific attitude, why this it is important for a student to learn? When we are staying in this world, we have to get into interaction with very scientific concepts where the student feel that how this is working, how the things are going to happen, why this is happening, how this is happening. So a number of things the students normally have in their curiosity of their mind. At the same time, we have to understand that we have to develop a scientific attitude among the students. Okay, so scientific attitude here, if we are seeing the scientific attitude within here, this scientific attitude has a key objective we have to teach, that how these things are working, how the things are happening, and how we are going through situations, right? So we have, when we say scientific attitude, is the key objective of the science teaching and one of the major outcomes of science when we are discussing about the science. Okay, so when scientific attitude is a set of habits of thinking and value of involving being an open-minded, critical, analytical thinking and problem solving tendency which the student has to develop within themselves to solve the scientific problems. So developing a scientific attitude and scientific temper. So this is happening when we say developing a scientific attitude, encouraging the curiosity. When we are encouraging the curiosity within the students, how these things are happening, taking a scientific phenomena, we can ask the student to how they are understanding this, why this is happening, how this is happening. So encouraging them to ask these questions in a scientific query and scientific methods. Okay, second is promoting critical thinking. When we are promoting a critical thinking, that means encouraging a student to analyze and evaluate the scientific informations of that particular concept, how this is working in a way. Okay, at the same time, we can fosters the skepticism, where the straightforward questions can be asked, at that teach students to be very calm, and they can observe the experiment very in a formative way. How can they can be analyzed, how this experiment is taking place, what are the things to be noted down. So all those things, informations they have to keep, and the observation should be very clear. Emphasizing the empirical evidences based on the experiment and analysis, they can form a data can be generated out of that. Okay, so we can encourage the students to do so. Developing a problem solving skills, so encouraging students to think creativity and developing solutions. They are having a number of problems in a scientific field, so how to solve them, what are the different probability they can use there to solve that particular problem. Okay, so nurturing the natural curiosity within them. So how we can nurture the natural curiosity within them? Hand-on activities. So we can incorporate different hand-on activities such as dissection, experiment, field experiment, and encouraging the students' natural curiosity. For example, we are using the flower, different parts of flower. We can dissect them, we can show them different parts, and where they can understand which part is which. So same way in the biological organisms, living system, so they can undergo different section cuttings, implementing with themselves, experimenting the biological organs, organisms, environment, ecosystem, climate change, everything they can experiment and see what are the things are happening all around themselves. At the same time, field observations, when they go to natural national parks, biodiversity reserves, if they are going for any crop field observations, so they can go through the field observations where they can develop the nature as a natural curiosity. Then connecting them to the real life situations. Okay, real life situations, they can be connected. Okay, so showing the students how this biology is related to the real world scenario, okay, such as medicine, conservation and agriculture. So when they are studying science in the classroom situations, they have to connect the concept at the same time to the real world in the sense of relating the textbook to that of the real life situations, where they can apply the scientific concept what they are learning inside a class. Using a storytelling method, we can use to encourage the student for developing the scientific attitude and tempers, depending upon their observation, their experiences, and depending upon the different experiences which come upon day-to-day activities, which is related to in context to the science and scientific fields. Inquiry based learning, we can encourage the student to design and conduct their own biological experiment in their local area, locality, whatever situations or environment is there, relating to that they can develop their own experimental setup for analyzing the things. Providing mentorship to the students so that they can explore the nature and natural phenomena in a better way, and they develop the more curiosity regarding that. Aesthetic sense, where they can use the visual aids. So student can be encouraged with the help of diagrams, with the help of illustration, with the help of photographs, and with the help of where they can understand the complexity of a biological concept in a simple to simplest form. Okay. Then sensory experiences, where they can through dissection, plant observation or hand-on activities that can be implemented. Third is the artistic expressions, where they can use art, music or writing, where they can write and express their views regarding any concept or which they have developed. Nature walk they can do at the same times, where they can go for the field trip, exploring the plant, exploring the biodiversity, exploring the climate changes, so they can understand what are the difference in between the two places, two different biodiversities. Collaborating with different artists, where they can go through the artistic work also at the same time, providing an interdisciplinary aspects, where they can correlate with art, science, humanity at the same time, how these all correlated in the nature and what is the importance of that, they can understand in a better way when they integrate biology with that of the other subjects. Creativity can be developed within the students here by open-ended questions, like encouraging students to think creatively, asking open-ended questions to promote thinking and problem solving ability. Okay, then designing the thinking ability, where we can go for the thinking creativity and they are getting solution out of that. Okay, innovation challenges can be provided to the students, where they can go for the participation in the innovations, like hackathon is there focusing on biological solutions. Then your STEM competitions are there, where the students can be encouraged to participate on the STEM competitions, that providing a creative problem solving in biology, in which they can go for science, technology, engineering, mathematics, solving the different challenges and problems which are associated in the nature. And interdisciplinary projects can be done by the students, where they can encourage or integrate with biology with different subjects. So we can encourage the student to develop their scientific temper not only in biology, but at the same time we can encourage them to integrate science with our Indian knowledge system, with the present scenario, and integrating all together, they can be working for the society and the development. Thank you. Namaste.